All right, welcome to the Move It team call. It is January 19th, and tonight I wanted to talk about confidence because I know this is something that most people struggle with in at least one area of their life. And I listened to this really cool podcast from Chalene Johnson that actually described different types of areas of confidence. So I didn't check the leaderboards yet for Team Beachbody as far as where everyone's standing. But we'll do that Thursday morning and get that stuff posted up. If you haven't registered for the wait list, if you haven't registered or gotten on the wait list yet for the Successful Trip for 2017, make sure you do that. Team Cup also starts February 1st, so if you would like to be on a team and you have not found one yet, please let me know, and we will try and find a team for you, whether it's within our Move It group or in a Team Symbiotic group. Can definitely try and pair you with some of Kate's coaches as well. And I think that's it for announcements. So I didn't have any flashcards made, slides made, but I just wanted to talk about this because confidence is a huge issue in our industry because we're constantly trying to put ourselves out there, whether it's our before and afters or talking about what we do or talking about what we love. And this something that affects all of us. So wanted to first talk about the 4 different types of confidence. And as we go through these types, I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being like you have no confidence in this area, and 10 being like you've got this, like you're cool, you got it handled. The thing I liked about this too is I think of myself as a confident person. Like I'm not overly confident, but I think that I'm confident enough, especially in certain aspects. If there's a challenge where I feel like I'm going to be shy or intimidated, I just push through and I handle it, and I'm usually okay. If I didn't have confidence, we wouldn't be having these team calls. So, but this was kind of an eye-opener because there are still certain areas of my life where I do struggle. I'm an introvert, extrovert, so I am perfectly happy being by myself. And actually talking a lot and being in front of people and talking kind of is exhausting for me. So it was definitely good to learn like the different areas that I need to improve myself. So anyways, the first type is social confidence. So I want you to write this down as well too, like where you're at with this, because there's a reason why. I'll tell you at the end. Think about how you feel alone in a crowded room. So you walk into a room, you don't know anyone. Think about how you feel when you're with friends at a party and there's people, you're surrounded by people you know, but you may not exactly feel comfortable, or you may feel completely comfortable. You may be the life of the party. So kind of think of where you stand on that. Do you feel like you have enough knowledge to be valued when you talk in that crowd? So rate yourself 1 to 10 in that level. Me personally, I'm great one-on-one. I am great in a group of people I know really well, but when it comes to people that I don't know well, it is a struggle for me to have a conversation. The second area of confidence is expertise and knowledge. How well do you grasp information or knowledge that you learn? Does it take you a few times to remember it? Do you have to really hammer it into your head? Or does it come fairly easy to you? Does being a coach and having knowledge of health and fitness come easy to you? Or do you have to do a lot of research and really dig in and think about it? Do you feel you become reserved or shy when you don't feel like you have enough knowledge? Do you back off? Do you say, oh, well, I don't know? Or do you say, you know what? Great question. Let me get the answer for you. I'll get back to you. Or how do you handle that situation? It doesn't necessarily have to be like you completely fall off the face of the earth when you don't know an answer, but how you respond when you don't know an answer. The third area of confidence is your appearance. How do you feel about your appearance? Well, we all have things that we like to nitpick on ourselves. It's not exactly great to do, but we do have those things. But overall, how do you feel about your appearance? Not counting those little nitpicky things. Do you feel like you're attractive? Do you feel like you look good? Do you feel like you're happy in your skin? And that, to me, I think is a huge one, because if we don't feel good about how we look, chances are it's going to affect and trickle down into other areas of our confidence. So, and then the fourth is physical strength. Where do you rate yourself physically? Do you feel that you are weak? Do you feel like you are strong and can handle any physical task given to you? Do you feel like your strength is appropriate for your situation? And it doesn't mean that you have to be like a muscle builder to be considered strong. It can just be, where are you comfortable with where you're at? And I know that's a big one. Appearance and physical strength, that's a big one for us, because we're trying to sell a lifestyle. We're trying to sell products that help people get a certain lifestyle. And if we feel that we're not living that, or we don't have that ourselves, it's really hard to portray that. I mean, it's possible. It definitely is possible. I was able to do it for a while, and I'm still not at my goal, and I'm able to do it. But it takes a lot to be able to say, I may not be where I want to be, but I know that this is working for me, that kind of thing. So, real fast, I want you guys to either, chime in or say where you're at. Like, if there's one particular area that you feel that you need confidence in, or if, where you kind of rated yourself in these. You can do it on the chat, or you can chime in, whatever is more comfortable for you. No one wants to divulge.
Oh, I was looking for the chat. I'm like, crap, where is it?
Either that or everyone's super confidence.
Hey, well, you said I am, so I must be, right?
You are. Okay, well, is there any area that you feel like you need, tweaking?
I would say the biggest one is in social situations with people that I don't know, if it's not centered around a topic that I'm super comfortable with either knowing or being able to fake knowing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's totally good.
Everything else I can pretty much either like feel confident where I am, not that I'm the best, but like where I am with things. But I would say that would be the biggest thing. I'm a really good wallflower, so I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to have more of an opinion.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to do that. And I even noticed for myself, like at my other job, there was like, I didn't even realize that I was having confidence issues, but there was a total switch that happened just a few months ago where I felt confident enough in knowing the products. And it totally, there's something to be said for inner confidence, because it totally changes like your posture. You go from being like this to, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. So it is a huge thing.
I think if you're more confident in other areas too, it makes it easier to be confident where you maybe aren't so confident, like, or portray being confident, which like I totally believe that you can fake it till you make it, and that's how you build confidence, is just fake it until you legitimately either become confident because you learn what you feel like you're lacking in, or you just become so comfortable being okay where you are that you're not comparing yourself in the same way that was making you feel unconfident before, if that makes sense.
Totally agree. So Lynn, she posted in the chat, social confidence 3, expertise 5, appearance 7, and strength 6. Social is where you need to work on. And that's exactly perfect. You're supposed to work on where your weakest is first. And the reason why I wanted to kind of have us share where we are at is because it's good for us to know that we're not alone, that we all struggle with confidence no matter where we're at in life. And 2, it helps you kind of take your step out of your comfort zone and share what you need to work on and kind of give you that accountability. So from there, tips that she said, it was really just one tip. She said, start with what you need to work on the most. So Lynn, social confidence would be where you would want to work on the most. And then think of what you can do in that area to improve. Kelly's just came in. She said social 3, expertise 5. I will find the answer. Appearance 5 and strength 6. So yeah, and I do have to say, to me, Lynn and Kelly, you guys are beautiful and amazing. And, so it's crazy to think that, we have these issues and we're hard on ourselves. But, to me, I knew a little bit about the social confidence with Lynn because we've had conversations about that. And I've seen her talk to people a couple times. But Kelly, I would have never guessed that you were shy and awkward in social situations, or that you didn't, like your appearance, because I think you're beautiful and I love your abs. I want your abs. So, it's just kind of funny to hear all these things. Yes, that's where it's from. It's Shalene's podcast. You can even look it up. She has all her podcasts, or most of them, transcribed to text. So if you just do a Google search of Shalene Johnson 4 types of confidence, you'll be able to find that information.
Hey Jenny.
Yeah.
What podcast series is it from? Is it from her Build Your Tribe or her other one?
I don't know. I went back onto my podcast thing on iTunes and I couldn't find it. So I had to actually do a Google search for it. Let me see if I can find it real fast.
I have her Build Your Tribe podcast right here. I can probably search that really quick, but if it's the other one, I don't know.
Okay, so I got the link. I'll post it in the chat for you guys. It's shalenejohnson.com for those of you that aren't on the call right now, /podcast /4 types of confidence /. So me. Yes, you are doing a good job, Kelly. Okay, so she says to start in the area that you want to improve the most, or that you need to improve the most. And think about what you can do to push yourself outside of that zone. So if you have a hard time talking in front of people, which was my issue for years. Michelle knew me when I was little. She knew I was this little quiet, shy girl, very awkward, big teeth.
Not awkward.
Super skinny. I was good one-on-one, I think. I could hold a conversation, but put me in a group of people, it's like, no. But so if it's talking in front of people, find a situation where you do that and do it until you feel comfortable. Because what she says is when you push yourself outside of your comfort zone and you do things that are afraid of you, you find that you're okay doing them and that you survive and that, hey, you might actually do really well at it. And then you kind of build confidence that way. For me, growing up in my church, we were forced to give, not forced, I shouldn't say forced, but we were asked to give talks.
We were forced.
We were forced by our parents.
Let's be honest.
To give talks in our congregation or in our little youth group. And It was a very painful thing. I hated doing it. I shook and shivered every time, but I did it. And it wasn't until I was 19 when I was asked to actually teach women of my own age things that I wasn't exactly sure on, that I was able to build that confidence and kind of push through that fear. And then to have the feedback of, oh my gosh, that was such a great lesson. It really helps build your confidence. So, I mean, put yourself out there in front of people, have them say, great, wonderful. I mean, what's the worst they're going to say? That completely sucked. You need to work on it. I mean, and if they do say something like that, well, screw you, they're not going to say that in all reality. They're going to give you praise and say that you're amazing. And that's going to build your confidence. So that's just one example. If you're worried about your appearance or you don't think you're good looking, start posting a bunch of selfies on Facebook. And you'll get a ton of people say, you're amazing, and maybe some attention you don't want, but it'll still be a confidence builder for you. So so that was her big thing. And I the reason why I tell my stories is because I know that's true. Stepping outside of your comfort zone is what's going to get you to build confidence in that area. So other tips that I think help with confidence is to stay away from negative and focus on positive. If you have people in your life that aren't supportive, that put you down because you're not perfect or make you feel less than you are, you need to really seriously evaluate that relationship. And if anything, if it's someone you can't get rid of your life, at least ask them to not talk to you in certain ways and to respect your wishes. There's been times where I've had to cut people out of my life for that exact reason, because all they did was bring me down, and I didn't want that around my life. And if you still can't cut that, if that person still does it, then just build yourself up to the point where it doesn't matter what they say. Do affirmations. Surround yourself with a ton of other positive people, so that way when people do say negative things about you, it doesn't kill your confidence. It doesn't cut you down. Change your body language and your image and your posture. Smile, have eye contact. And the reason why is research shows that those who take time to speak slowly and clearly feel more self-confident to others. That means people perceive them as being more confident, and they're going to be willing to listen to you more. Do your hair, dress nicely. I know some of you work from home and you run around in sweats and yoga pants, and I'm so terribly jealous of you. But, if you start to feel like you're in a slump, do yourself up once in a while and start to, it will help you feel better. Yes, well, you don't always have to speak slowly. I just talk fast sometimes too. But needless to say, it does work. I've had personal experience with that one as well. Go get your nails done. That always makes me feel so amazing. Don't accept failure and get the negative noises out of your head. Never give up and never accept failure. So, there's so many cliches and sayings about, failure. You have to fail to succeed. Just don't ever give up and build yourself up to where if you do fail, you just dust yourself off and you keep going. Be prepared. Learn everything to know about your job, passion, whatever it is in your life that you feel you need to know about. So that way when you do become an expert on that subject, you'll have confidence in your knowledge. Just like I was explaining about my job at work. I don't care about banking. I'm not good with banking. I mean, I'm good with personal finances, but I don't care. I don't, it's a sales job, and I've had to accept that and learn that. But, having that confidence, I can tell that I'm doing better at that job too. Not that I care that I'm doing better at that job, but I'm doing better at it because I've learned that I have that confidence.
You don't sound too confident about that, Jenny.
Well, you know, it is what it is. So, and when all else fails, I'm in a funny mood tonight. When all else fails, create a great list. It's hard to keep your confidence up when you're faced with challenges. So sit down ahead of time, make a list of everything that's good in your life, everything that you're grateful for, and then make another list of all the things you're proud of that you've accomplished. And then once your list is complete, post it up on your mirror or your fridge or somewhere that you will see it easily. It's kind of like affirmations, except it's, you know, more like a gratitude list. Some people keep a gratitude journal. Some people, you know, just have it in their head. But it's better to have it on paper. So that way, when you're feeling crummy, you can go and you can look at this list and realize that your life is actually pretty dang good and pretty dang good compared to others. So those are my little tips on confidence today. Hope those helped. I'm going to try and catch up real fast. Me with voice messaging and inviting force. You guys are funny. So anyways, do you have any questions or comments about building confidence? No, Michelle doesn't because she's awesome at it.
I'm just good at faking it.
Yes.
And forcing myself to do it until I actually do feel more confident.
That I think that is the hardest thing, and that is the key, is to get outside of your head and just force yourself to do it.
Yeah. I think once you figure out why it is that you're trying to put yourself out there, then every time you doubt yourself, you just remind yourself of that and just put your head down and power through, and it just gets easier.
It's true. Chris, did you have anything you wanted to say or add?
Oh, no, sorry.
That's okay. Anyway, okay. Well, thank you for taking time out to be on the call tonight. I hope it helped. If not, you know, feel free to let me know it sucked, and I'll say, okay, that's fine. I'll do better next time, because I will have confidence.
Wow.
And then, yeah, we'll see you guys next week on the next week's team call.
You're crazy.
All right,
see you guys.